The Ooni have sent words to Pastor Jerry Eze concerning Olori Naomi out of concern. Yes, out of concern. Because right now, in every single thing happening in the palace, you would get to understand that everybody is fighting. Everybody is fighting, and if you are not strong enough, this fight might weigh you down. And then all of us have come to the point to know, to understand, and at the same time face things that like Olori Naomi, she doesn't want drama. Olori Naomi doesn't want problem. Olori Naomi is just one person who doesn't want issues. She's just one beautiful soul that doesn't want any single thing related to crisis, any single boss like this. Count her out. And from every single thing that have been happening in the palace down to this Tobi Phillips matter now, Ronke has finally done her own, and everybody is beginning to have one or two concern. They only have sent words across to Jerry Eze. Now, who is Jerry Eze? Jerry Eze is just one person whom have, in fact, just one out of the few who have stood beside Olori Naomi over time. He has always been there for Olori Naomi. He has always been with her. No matter what happens, Pastor Jerry Eze is always there with Olori Naomi, no matter how strong. For Olori Naomi, and then if you want to mention a lot more, you will mention people like people like Reverend Esther Ajayi, Reverend Funke Adejumo, Pastor Jeremiah, and Pastor Tiberton, and a host of others who are always there for Olori Naomi. But right now, what we are facing, what we are experiencing, and what we are beginning to see, it's quite alarming. And the Oni is really concerned. This is a concerned husband speaking. This is a concerned husband looking out for his wife. This is a concerned husband making sure that every single thing goes well for his wife, and he's reaching out to and he's reaching out to Pastor Jerry Eze. He's reaching out to Pastor Jerry Eze simply because of what he is concerned about his wife. He's really concerned about his wife, because every single thing, some time back we spoke of only seeking some spiritual help, to see a seer, because he's concerned about Olori Naomi's well-being. Naomi has been there. Despite the fact that Naomi did not come back into the palace, it doesn't hinder any single thing. It doesn't hinder any single thing at all, because every single thing happening now proves that what Naomi is there, she will be there, and she would always be there for the Oni, no matter what happens, because these two have been through a lot. These two have been through every single thing that a marriage can be through, but they are still standing. They have been through every possible thing that couples can be true, and then they will give up and say, this marriage of a thing is not for us, so we are not doing it again. But what, they are there, they are still there, they are doing it, they are fighting, they are struggling, they are trying to see how they can survive it. And remember, in the face of this whole thing, you would understand that the Oni genuinely and truly loves Olori Naomi. For him to call out to Pastor Jerry Eze, that's to show you that he's beginning to see some worry signs. He's beginning to see some things that are not adding up to him as the king. And he really wants Olori Naomi to be fine. He really wants Olori Naomi to be okay. Yes, he wants him to be okay. My people, this matter no be small thing. No be small thing at all. Because what is happening now, it is beginning to be proof that what these things, they are really happening. Yes, they are really happening. This is not just a show off. Pastor Jerry Eze is just one prominent man that has stood beside this woman for such a very long time. Has stood beside her, has done any single thing at all for her. And you should know that Pastor Jerry is more like technically a spiritual advisor over her, because all these times Pastor Jerry reached out to her, telling her things, hidden truth, and all of these things, they were just to what? Elevate her spirit, and to tell her that what? Every single thing happening will be okay. Now, let me burst your bubbles. People have dragged Olori Naomi for getting married to the Ooni simply because Ooni is a traditional ruler, and who is Olori Naomi? A prophetess, a renowned prophetess who pastors a church in Ile-Ife. Olori Naomi is a prophetess who pastors a church in Ile-Ife. And no matter what happens, it should not be heard, or it should not be even something that one could talk of at all. One could talk of, because why would she be getting married to a traditional ruler? We know what about traditional rulers now. They are always working hand in hand with the chief priest, working hand in hand with every single thing, with every traditions and every single thing at all. That is it for them, because they have to obey tradition, they have to live by the rules. And with this, everybody was beginning to be concerned that why will a prophetess get married to a traditional ruler? But these are the things that we call true love. These things happened out of genuine love. These two persons loved themselves. They loved each other. That is why they had to what? They had to go to the extent of getting married to each other. Because from what we are beginning to hear and what we are beginning to see, these people at least they even knew themselves maybe before the Ooni became the traditional ruler. So it is just what we call love never dies. Yes, what we call love never dies. That is just it. So right now, nothing can, just come out of the blues all of a sudden to break this union, because this union is uniquely made by God. It is specially made by God, and absolutely nothing can break it. Nothing can break this union. This is just one thing that we want these women to understand, because the more they keep making things seem like an entangled in nature in the palace, the more they keep getting it wrong. And right now, we know Pastor Jerry will definitely reach out to Naomi, and we are waiting to hear whatsoever he has to say to Olori Naomi. But whatsoever the Ooni has done, it is out of concern. Whatsoever the Ooni has done reaching out, it is out of concern, and you would not blame him. Yes, you would not blame him for any of his actions. You will not blame him for any of the things that he is doing right now, seeking spiritual guidance and then reaching out to Pastor Jerry Eze. You would not blame him. He is just a king who wants a peaceful home, and no matter what happens, just know that Olori Naomi is one of the best things that have ever happened to the king, and he is grateful for that. Every single thing he's doing now, it is actually a show of love. It's no more than that.